We're going to go ahead and move on to our next item, our 6.8, consideration of resolution appointing road commissioner for the County of Lake. And we have Interim Public Works Director Lars Ewing here.
All right. Good afternoon, Lars Ewing. I did not actually put this item forward, so I think to maybe briefly explain it, Streets and Highways Code does require your board to appoint a road commissioner, and that's why we're here. So, Susan, if there's more.
That's all I have. He's the best person for it, given the fact that he is an engineer, and he is taking over operations.
All right. Any questions from the board? Open it up to the public for comment. I don't see any public comment, so I'll bring it back to the board for
Now
action.
for the resolution.
Resolution's been offered.
I second. Oops.
Supervisor Rowan?
Aye.
Sabatier?
Aye.
Rasmussen?
Aye.
Pyska?
Yes.
And Crandall?
Yes. All right, resolution has passed 500.
7.8, please.
All right, consideration of agreement for construction management services for the 2024 pavement rehabilitation project with GHD within an amount not to exceed $634,478 and authorize the chair to sign. Public Works, Lars Ewing.
All right. Good afternoon, Lars Ewing, Interim Public Works Director. Your board is likely aware that the project to rehabilitate or reconstruct or repair about 16 miles of road up in Cobb is currently underway. Contractor is Argonaut Constructors. Your board previously awarded that contract. For construction projects, your board is probably also familiar with the fact that they do require a lot of oversight. It's not simply handed over to the contractor and let them go. There's construction management, construction inspection, and in some cases materials testing that's required. That's certainly the case in this project. Prior to me being here, work began. Work began on, I believe it was June 2nd, and that work included Argonaut Constructors doing the work, but it also included GHD performing construction management, construction inspection, and materials testing services with some subconsultants. They had done that work under the assumption, the belief that that this item would be taken to your board in a previous date. Given the circumstances that have passed, we're here now with hopes that you'll consider a retroactive approval of this. So not only approval of the contract, but retroactive to June 1st. The reasons behind that were they certainly predated me, but I have had conversations with the project manager at GHD. They moved ahead in good faith that there would be an agreement. They have been performing the work, and that's actually well ahead of schedule. While we're about 20% of the way through the project on a time basis, on the working days that were assigned, they're about 60% of the way done with the project. The reason I really bring that up is that the cost that you're considering for this contract of $634,000 and change is likely to be hundreds of thousands of dollars less for a couple of reasons. One, the contractor is moving quickly, so the construction management crew does not have to be up there as long. But number two, where historically the Engineering and Inspection Division of Public Works has done a lot of on-site work, that has not been the case lately. I'm going to attempt to get some of our staff out there, the engineers and engineering technicians, to do some of the work, so there'll be some cost savings there. I think long-term, there's a huge benefit to the county to do that. In particular, for a project like this that is funded through SB1 funds, which are essentially local. We have the opportunity to use those funds at large discretion, as opposed to a grant-funded project that comes from federal DOT or from Caltrans. So in particular for a project like this, there's a huge benefit in preserving the funds, not only because we can use the money elsewhere, but it really helps develop staff to be in the field and only serves to benefit us in the future. So have had conversations with GHD, and we do anticipate it to be quite a bit less than the contract that you're considering. But But given the nature of what has transpired, we are asking for a retroactive approval of that as well.
All right, Supervisor Sabatier?
I'll try to be brief. And Director Ewing, thank you very much for having a discussion with me regarding this yesterday. I hope that we don't have to see something like this again in the near future. If it's services that we cannot provide in-house, then that's a different story. But when I first read this, I saw a lot of stuff that I think that we can do in-house, and I'm happy to hear that you are looking to transfer some of that onto our employees rather than using the consultant for those things to hence decrease the total cost. I also don't like the timeline where we're saying yes to something without really the ability to say no when the services are pretty much done and said for. But this made me really unhappy to see when we're trying to stretch every dollar we have for roads and we're spending that much more on something that can be done in-house. So thank you for bringing it. It has to be done. I'm going to say yes today because I feel I have no other choice, but I needed to make the statement that I want to see our people working, not us spending money on others in ways that does not stretch our dollars in the right ways.
All right, open it up for public comment. All right, I'll bring it back to the board for action.
Mr. Chair, I offer the resolution.
Resolution's been offered.
Supervisor Owen,
Aye.
Sabatier,
Is this a resolution?
No,
It's an agreement.
it's an agreement.
It was,
Oh, I thought it was too. Okay.
oh, the previous one. Okay. I move that we approve the agreement.
I second that.
And we get,
And just for added clarification, this is the agreement for construction management services for the
It is,
2024
correct.
pavement rehabilitation project with an amount not to exceed amount of $634,478 with an effective retroactive date to June 1, 2025, and authorize the chair to sign.
So moved.
All right.
Second.
I have a motion and a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries 500. Thank you, Lars.
thank you.